Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Emma, and we are playing Dragon Age 2. Alright, so I actually played through not a bunch of content, but some content, and the file corrupted. So, we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna act surprised. But I already figured out how to do this next quest. And we all know which quests I do next. We got it last time, and I kind of got super excited about it. So, let's go hand off a few things, and then we'll get headed over to Anders.
You have information about the missing Kunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all, but that is neither here nor there.
So remember that we're talking about the Kunari messengers that came over to speak with the Viscount, but they never made it back, and we don't know why. We're assuming that there's some sort of interference by a group or groups that don't like the Kunari presence in Kirkwall.
Has anyone reported this to the Kunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant. He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
Which is a fair assessment.
The Arashok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arashok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Kunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
Which is not going to make things much better.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Kunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
But you can't sit there and do nothing either, especially if they might somehow be responsible for it.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Kunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Kunari from his weapon.
I'm sure you have suspicions about what happened.
My concerns are well-founded. This could not have escaped the notice of the city guard. Unless they were involved.
Have any failed to report?
Several. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
A hanged man.
Hanged man.
Got to be.
Right.
I love that
Then you know
part.
what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link. Please keep this quiet. The Viscount is under enough scrutiny as it is.
I really like that Aveline didn't instantly get defensive. She's not like, my guard could never. She takes a logical outlook, an objective outlook, and asks if anyone had been failing to report as of late. Also, the hanged man conclusion by Anders and Fenris was probably the singular moment of agreement they'll probably ever have. But it was really funny. I'm actually kind of glad my first file corrupted because I laughed really loud the first time. So loud, I had to edit the volume down so it wouldn't bust through the gauge. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good reaction. And I'm telling you about it, which is the best I can do now. But I've got that, like, wonderful bark laugh. Oh no, Fenris? Wow, I didn't know that button did that. Alright, so we don't want to do that yet. We don't want to do that yet. We will get to that. Dissent, I think, is what we want to do. The long road. I'm not sure what the long road was. So I don't want to risk it. Let's go to the Hawk Estate and do the mail. I guess I could always, like, look up what exactly that was.
Welcome home, Monsieur. There's a letter for you. Strange how the messages never come while you're home.
That fourth wall, though. And, not that I would look it up on the wiki, but as in the quest of guidance and advice that have been given to me by you guys. Monsieur Hawk, I wanted to thank you for helping my brother. I worry about what the Templars will do to Karen, but it's what he wants. He is grateful that you defended him before Sir Cullen. Thank you from both of us, Matcha. So, I'm not super positive who this guy is. I'm pretty sure that he was involved in our quest with that one Templar who's a good guy. Because remember, a lot of the Templars were coming under some sort of influence. Yeah, because there was the one baby Templar, and they saved him, and his sister came to his rescue, and Cullen was like, no, I'll figure it out. Damn. Done here. Alright, let me double check. Here we go. So, offered and lost. Okay, so companions, yes. Isabella. Okay, the long road is Aveline's quest, and I'm glad I looked that up. I definitely want to go do Anders. So we can probably do Varric and offered and lost at the same time later, and then Meryl. Okay, so we still don't have all the tomes. And then that we'll have to look up locations. Sketch. Okay, so that's Wounded Coast. We're definitely going to do Anders, because he's my favorite. Alright. So we're going to have to re-choose our party when we get there anyways. But I think this is who I want. Or Aveline. I don't think it really matters, honestly. Let's go to Darktown. Now, I did play this already, but it'll be good to get a different chat dialogue. I want to know if there are things I can change. I actually do this a lot. Like when I play games on my own, I reload constantly to try to get different options, try to get different ways in which I can handle a situation.
I should spend more time here.
You should. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I feel like my Hawk at least, would be helpful here. Because she's sympathetic to this. And I don't know, she's kind of a projection of me in a lot of ways. And because I like to help the less fortunate, I feel like that's something she would do. I would totally be a healer if I was like a formal class in a video game.
Have you noticed how many Tranquil are in the gallows courtyard lately? And don't tell me I'm just sensitive to it. I've been watching, and every day there are new Tranquil, selling their bloody wares. Good mages too. People I know past their harrowing.
Doesn't Chantry law say that mages who pass their harrowing can't be made tranquil?
Exactly. The Templars are using the right of tranquility to silence those who speak against them. They're working on a deliberate plan to turn every mage in Kirkwall within the next 3 years.
So, I deliberated over which one of these I wanted to choose. Because you guys know that I very rarely choose... Look, this looks like a lawful option to me. Because it's not the angry fist one that's anger or aggression. It looks like it's a gavel, you know? Like a judge would have.
Who's behind this?
The plan is the work of a Templar named Sir Ulrich. I've had a run-in with him myself. He's the one who did the ritual on Karl. Nasty piece of work. Likes to make mages beg.
What happened between you and Sir Ulrich?
I've been involved with an underground resistance. Mages living free in Kirkwall who help others escape. I can't tell you any more, for your sake and theirs. You have too much involvement with the Guard and nobility. Suffice it to say, I've been in the gallows. I've seen his work firsthand.
What else do you know about Sir Ulrich?
The Knight Commander is at least sincere in her convictions. However misguided, she believes she's helping people. Sir Ulrich's a sadist. Cold-blooded as a lizard. He likes to experiment on mages. Find out what it takes to push them into the arms of demons.
See, to me, that's such an odd premise. Because it's like if you know that somebody, when they get really upset, is going to fly into a rage that they can't help, why are you going to do that? That's not helping anybody. What it takes to push them into the arms of demons is extra stress and abuse and whatever else it is that makes certain people, because I'm sure it varies from individual to individual, makes certain people lose faith in continuing. Because a lot of people surrender it because they don't feel like they have any other way to get out. The ones that we've seen are mages who are stuck in corners, who are fleeing for their lives, who are making the last stand. So the fact that they're being basically, it's like a fight or flight, but it's like the ultimate fight instinct, or flight, you know, for the ones who are running away. I think it's just an excuse to be an evil dickhole. We've met him.
What happened between you
Okay,
and Sir Ulrich?
never mind, we already did this one.
I've been involved with an underground resistance. Mages living free in Kirkwall who help others escape. I can't tell you any more, for your sake and theirs. You have too much involvement with the Guard and nobility. Suffice it to say, I've been in the gallows. I've seen his work firsthand.
Didn't it say a run-in initially, and then this second option said you met him? That's why I thought that it was a different chat selection. Okay, so we obviously know I don't agree with that sentiment. We've already discussed my premise of making an equation between Templars and slavers, right? Because that's what's going on here. It's an imprisonment against their will, usually, not always, because there are a few individuals who, I don't know if it's conditioning or that they actually generally are afraid and want to protect themselves or others. There are a few that slip between the cracks of that, so I don't want to say always, but there are generally predominantly enslaved and imprisoned. They're not allowed to have families. They're not allowed to have loved ones as far as marriage is concerned. And I'm pretty sure they have to keep any relationship secret. They're treated like animals in a cage. Even in the best circles, you can't confine people to space like that. It's not right. You strip them of civil and human rights. So, on the premise of an individual being complacent with that and helping effectuate that end, because that is a per se bad act, makes that occupation per se bad. Does that make sense? It's like slavery. You can't be like, oh, well, he's a good slaver. That's not how the world works. Although I am sure that there are some individuals involved in various sex trafficking and actual still legitimate slave trade across the world who don't think that they're terrible people. And the people that know them don't think they're terrible people. But you can't treat other human beings like that. You can't. It's wrong. So, we are not going to be diplomatic this time. Because there are some things that you shouldn't acquiesce to and make concessions for.
How do we stop them?
My friends in the Mage Underground know a way inside. A secret entrance under the walls of the gallows. Come with me tonight, please. Help me find the evidence of Sir Ulrich's tranquil solution.
What do you mean, tranquil solution?
That's what he calls it. His idea of a peaceful solution to the mage problem. To sunder the mind of every mage in the free marches. I'm told he's bringing his proposal to Val Royeaux, to the Divine herself. He would turn every mage in Thedas into a drooling simpleton under his command.
Not even a second guess.
I wouldn't let you face this alone.
You are the one bright light in Kirkwall. I couldn't live to see you tranquil at that monster's hand. I'm ready to go when you are. Our entrance is concealed not far from here.
I think it's ironic that we take Fenris on this. Ironically enough, the first time I played this, I actually got friendship with Fenris on Andrew's quest. I don't know how I managed that. So we're going to do it differently and see if we can't get better. Because I'm literally taking him for rivalry. I want rivalry. Oh. Oh. Why? Ugh, this is not staged well. Oh. Come on, can we please? Oh, forget it. Damn. That was some janky pieces. I don't want to waste too much time trying to get it perfect because then we miss out on Smite. Awesome, more dwarves. I don't know why the Carta hates us so much. Is it because we helped Terramont? Could they have even known it was us?
Do not tell anyone about this way into the gallows. It's a secret that has saved the lives of hundreds of mages.
Of course, why would I ever tell that? I want to help this as much as I can. Honey. Ah, Jesus, I keep trying to jump with the spacebar. Patch pebbles, that's what I always wanted. Let's do this.
This is it. This tunnel will take us into the gallows.
With any luck, we'll simply be mistaken for thieves and not conspirators.
Are you ready to help me find evidence of the tranquil solution?
Yes. A million
Let's go.
times yes. Alright. Do we want to take Ovelyn? Want to do Fairy? We've got friendship with Fairy. We've got friendship with everybody, really. Fenris is the only one that we're kind of iffy on. We'll just take Varric. Oh, do we need... No, let's take Ovelyn. Take Ovelyn. Although involving... no, let's take Varric, because if we do have repercussions for this, I don't want to involve Ovelyn as a guard. I don't want to put her in a bad position. Fenris doesn't give a flying fuck. And Varric is really good about keeping his mouth shut. It's literally the premise of this entire series right here. Dragon Age 2. Alright.
It would
Let's
be
save
better
some
as
mages.
open warfare. At least then mages might get a fair fight.
Oh, I don't want anybody to like get in a firefight though. That's just not gonna be good. Oh, entry kit, thank you. Alright. We're gonna run around here and pick up all the bits that need picking up. Oh, more dwarves? More Carta? No! Oh, the lyrium smugglers. There we go. Oh no, there is a dwarf. And he's a mercenary. I wonder if that's the fate of many dwarves who can't go home, you know what I mean? They have to be involved in such things. Bing. Oh, does he need heals? I'll give you heals, don't worry. Okay, let's get this archer. Do so much damage. Where's my Anders? There we go.
Lyrium smugglers built these tunnels to service the Templars who crave the stuff.
Yep. Now the Chantry is definitely a dick face for effectively leashing the Templars to them and their will through Lyrium. Shit's not okay. It's really not. Like, I will never make the argument that that is unfortunate. That's not unfortunate? Yeah. I'm actually running on 3 hours of sleep, so I'm doing really good right now. I think that it's absolutely shitty what the Chantry did to them. But it does not exonerate them from the choices they make. Everyone is responsible for their own actions. God damn it, I keep trying to jump. think it'd be better at it by now. Alright. Varric, my dear. You can't open that, can you? Even though you're leveled up.
Not likely.
Okay, so let's go in and see what we've got. We're gonna dump it all into cunning, but I don't think it's gonna help. Oh man. Do we have all the things from here? We do not! Because this is Bianca, right? Perfect.
That's not really my
Damn.
thing.
Oh well. It is your thing, it's just not opening because your skill's not high enough. Maybe he needs to have 25 for that? Or 30 even. Alright, so many bones. I really hope that it's not mages who died in these tunnels. That would be really sad. But I love the fact that it's basically like an underground rescue operation, just like the Underground Railroad, you know, for slavery. See that allegory? Can we click on this dude? Why can't I click on this dude? I'd really like to. Thank you. Yeah. Let's put this right here. And then I need you to back off, my good sir. Thank you. No, thank you. Alright. I know that I don't, neither Anders nor I have much in the way of constitution. But, okay, that's not gonna be anything down there. Okay, good, no. But we hit really hard, and as long as I can keep us up, we do a whole hell of a lot of damage. Oh, okay. That is a really big, like... Can I not turn the screen? Let me turn... There we go. That is a big old hammer thing. Okay, I'm done gawking at his weapon. It's late, okay? Let me have my really bad humor. Okay. Let's have another one of these. Stop resisting!
You get results, don't you?
Yes, yes I do. Oh, I cannot loot. Please. Thank you. Alright. Oops. We forgot this guy. A health potion! That's gonna come in handy. Okay, so... yeah, that's a dead end. An iron rasp? I'm not even quite sure what a rasp is, other than describe like a manner of speaking, like a raspy voice. Is that like a component I'm not familiar with? Some kind of crafting... Alright. We are almost there. It's about to get messy.
No, please. I haven't done anything wrong.
That's a lie. What do we do to mages who lie?
I just wanted to see my mum. No one ever told her where they were taking me.
No. No, this is their place. We cannot...
So, you admit your attempted escape? You know what happens to mage girls who don't toe the line around here, don't you?
Please, no! Don't make me tranquil. I'll do anything.
That's right. Once you're tranquil, you'll do anything I ask.
I feel like I'm at least gonna call him out.
What are you doing to that girl?
You fiends will never touch a mage again.
That got ugly real quick. Okay, so I learned last time The Templar hunters are not fun. So I'm gonna kill them first. So I'm gonna set this down. Yeah, don't fuck with me. You are not cool. Yeah. Okay, so let me make sure I'm keeping track of my hunters. Okay, we're gonna hex him. Yes. Oh, we got some Mbari. Oh, he's gonna stab Mbari. I mean, I also wish you wouldn't do that, but that's way better than me. Let's see if I can get that centered enough. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, is here one coming up right there? No, okay. Where's our next Templar hunter? There's so many up there. And where is Varric? Oh, you are up there. Archer. Ugh, you need to not do this. Come this way. Okay. Oh, Anders. Okay. We're good now. You are a hunter. You need to stop. Oh no, if I stop. Oh no. Where are all my CC skills? Come on, please. Yes. Oh, buddy. Hold on a hot second. So let's hex after that's finished. Oh my god, he hurts so bad. Come on. Get that hex on. Whoa. Okay, so we've got an archer there. And then 2 guys up there. I am watching my health so closely. Did we get everyone?
They will die! I will have every last Templar for these abuses.
I think I had a lot of trouble with this at first because I don't want that calm down to be patronizing because there's a very real reason why he's angry. The enslavement and oppression and abuse of other individuals should upset anybody with a heart. But the fact that he's fused with justice and become vengeance in this way can be destructive in a way we don't want it to be. Because we want to be mindful about justice, which is why there's a discrepancy between justice and vengeance. Alright, I wanted to make a really awful Naruto, allusion because I've been watching a lot of it lately. But, vengeance is what happens to Sasuke, right? It's not, revenge is an ugly thing. Vengeance is almost an aggressive, almost perverted form of justice. Because you can seek justice, but you shouldn't be engulfing yourself in this thirst for blood, in this need to just destroy everything you touch. It should be controlled, it should be mindful, and it should be rational. Letting emotions run away with you like this is not serving Anders any good. Okay, so that being said, I don't want to say they will die because that's what I clicked last time. And she's like, they'll all perish. And I was like, that's not what I wanted. And I don't think it helps him because I want him to see that our ends need to be done thoughtfully. You can't just wander around willy-nilly and just murder all the Templars. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're good people. I don't think that what they do is good at all. Period. But there needs to be a proper way to go about this, especially because we do want to avoid as much bloodshed as possible. Obviously we can't here because they were going to kill that poor girl, i.e. make her tranquil. Or kill her. I'm not really sure which one he was going to actually end up doing. He was threatening being tranquil, but if she resisted, he was probably going to kill her. So, we're going to tell him to calm down.
It's over, Anders. They're all dead.
Every one of them will feel justice's burn.
Get away from me, demon!
I am no demon. Are you one of them, that you would call me such?
This actually frustrated me. Like, is vengeance so blind that you would attack the people that you're trying to protect? That didn't make a whole ton of sense to me, but I think that's what they're trying to portray here. I think they're trying to illustrate that when you get so wrapped up in this that you can't think clearly anymore, this is what it becomes. So it is an emphasis on being thoughtful and being mindful and still being compassionate and putting an end to bad things, but not in such a destructive manner.
Anders, that girl is a mage. We rescued her from being made tranquil.
She is theirs. I can feel their hold on her.
She's the reason you're fighting Anders. Don't turn on her now. Please, Messer.
Baker, no. I almost... If you weren't here, I need to get out of here.
There we go. Just friendship, whatever. So what I ended up doing the last time was not the don't hurt her, but the diplomatic option. And he actually ends up killing her. And I was mortified. Was so taken aback. Like, I wish the footage wasn't absolutely wrecked so you guys could see my reaction to that. But that is what happens. And I think that's the basis of this dilemma with Justice the Spirit and becoming vengeance, is that there's a lack of control at this point. And not that Anders isn't exerting enough, but I think that wresting control from justice / vengeance. Because doesn't he say that they're not two entities anymore, they're just one, and it's vengeance? Well, no, because obviously still Anders, and there's obviously a change that comes over him when that happens. So I'm going to stick with having the two. But it obviously illustrates how restraint is required. You can still do good things and get carried away. And I like that message. And I think that this is a much better option. Even though we got friendship with Fenris somehow. I think it's because we freed that girl maybe from effective slavery. But he refuses to recognize that mages are in a similar, if not same, position as slaves. Which is what murders me about this writing. I'll never understand how Fenris continues to hate people who are in the same position that he was. And the difference is you can sell yourself into slavery, but you don't have a choice. Like, they're going to drag you off to that circle one way or the other, as has been demonstrated multiple times. Okay, I know we've had a lot of chat this time, but I think that this is a very important discussion to have, especially because you know that I'm very pro-mage, I'm very pro-Anders, but I want to put this in a light that is illustrative of the fact that I'm not just like, oh, a mage is like, and like blind to all of this. There are definitely limits. There are definitely ways in which this should be addressed. Not every way is going to be appropriate or right. You can still, what is the idiom? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You can still want to do good and do it poorly and hurt a lot of people, which I think is the purpose and message behind DA2 a lot of the time. Okay, that's choosing how much more I know than I shouldn't. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut it here. We'll loot our Templars next time. And I think the next thing we need to do is to go and check on Anders. This really reminds me of Solus's personal quest, the way he runs off at the end of it. I like that because it gives them so much personality. They're not just like sulking in your group still. Like they're mortified at what's happened respectively in their different situations. And I like that. I like the humanization, even though I know that Solus is an elf. I don't know what word to use for that, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next time.